I went to varsity and I still attended church. I served in church. I was in church on Wednesday for Wednesday prayer meeting, Thursday choir practice, Saturday choir practice, and then Sunday at church. And I was serving and I was doing the God thing. There's Mary and Martha. Please remind me who's doing the serving and who's sitting at Jesus' feet. I always confuse the two, but one of them was busy doing and the other one was actually sitting in his presence, right? And I was busy doing church. I attended church, I did the things, but my life was otherwise. I just made decisions that did not reflect God's word. And it came to a point where, and it's still something I cannot comfortably share, and I'm very vulnerable with my life, and I'm very vulnerable with my mistakes, but this is the one mistake I'm not vulnerable about. And it came to that point, and even in that specific moment or specific time, God still used me, and I felt his presence so heavily, and then I learned grace. And so I switched. My life went from living according to rules and regulations and attending and doing to living in God's grace. And because of that grace, my standards when I serve God now, it's not I'm doing wrong because there's grace. It's now, oh my gosh, I want to please you so much because of this grace. So I shifted from religion to grace, and my story is when I needed God most and I wasn't doing what I thought I should be doing, he showed up for me. And that made me dedicate my entire life, everything I do, from finances to my career. I mean, for example, I think you read in my bio that I did a Facebook thing, which was a big deal. But even there, you cannot take God out of my language. Like, God is part of my language wherever I am. Doesn't mean I get to a meeting and I start praying in tongues. I respect wherever I am, and I respect my work. But wherever I am, I have vowed to make sure that I represent God. And like Psalms 55 speaks about, all glory has to go back to him in everything I do. Whether I mention his name or not, my life must reflect that I am a child of God.